Hello, my name is Lai. Today I want to take you inside a small rural market in Vietnam. This market was not built to impress anyone. The floor is old, the stalls are crowded, the tables are small. Nothing here looks perfect. There are no bright shelves, no cold air, no clean rows of products waiting under white lights. Things are close together. People walk past each other slowly. Sellers sit beside their baskets. Food is placed on small tables, on plastic trays, sometimes close to the ground. To someone seeing it for the first time, this place may look poor. It may look messy. It may look like there is no order here. But every morning, people still come. They come to buy food. They come to eat. They come to talk. They come to carry something small back to their homes. This humble market was not built to look beautiful. It was built to feed people. In my village, a day often begins before the kitchen, before the rice is cooked, before soup is made, before a family sits down to eat. Someone comes to a place like this. They look for vegetables. They ask the price of eggs. They choose a little fish, some noodles, a few herbs, or a warm bowl of food before going to work. A market like this is not only a place to buy things. It is part of how the village wakes up. When I walk through this market, I do not see something made for tourists. I see something ordinary. I see people doing what they have done for many years. I see sellers arranging small piles of food. I see customers looking carefully before they buy. I see old tables, plastic chairs, narrow paths, and baskets that have probably been used for a long time. Nothing here is fancy, but not everything important looks fancy. If you come from a city or from another country, the first thing you may notice is the crowded space. The market can feel busy, noisy, and a little confusing. Clothes may be hanging close to food stalls. Vegetables may be near plastic baskets. A small eating place may be only a few steps away from someone selling eggs. People pass by with bags in their hands. Motorbikes may stop nearby. Someone calls a price. Someone answers. Someone laughs. Someone waits. At first, it may look like everything is mixed together, but for people here, this market makes sense. Everyone knows where to go. Everyone knows who sells what. Everyone knows which corner has breakfast, which table has vegetables, which seller may still have fresh eggs, and which path leads back out to the road. This is not the order of a supermarket. This is the order of memory. People do not need signs to understand this place. They have walked through it many times. In a supermarket, everything is arranged to look perfect. The lights are bright, the floor is clean, the shelves are full. You push a cart, choose what you want, and leave without speaking much. But here, buying food feels different. You look with your eyes. You touch the vegetables. You ask the price. You choose only what you need. Sometimes you know the seller. Sometimes the seller knows your family. Sometimes a short conversation is part of the purchase. In a small rural market, shopping is not only shopping, it is part of living another day. Many people here do not buy a lot. They buy enough. A few eggs, a small bunch of vegetables, some noodles, a little meat if they need it, a bowl of food before work. A bag that is not heavy, but still important. It may look small, but in many homes, small things are enough to begin the day. That is something I want people outside my village to understand. Life here is not always about abundance. It is often about knowing what is needed and carrying just that home. People do not always buy for a whole week. They buy for the next meal. They buy for today. They buy what their money allows. They buy what their family will eat. And somehow, from these small choices, a home has food. This is why a market like this matters. It may not look beautiful on camera. The tables may be old. The floor may be uneven. The light may be harsh in some places and dark in others. The paths may be crowded. But this place holds something that a clean, perfect image cannot always show. It holds usefulness. It holds habit. It holds the beginning of many meals. Some people come here only to buy food and leave quickly, but others come here to eat. A small bowl, a plastic chair, the sound of people walking past, a little steam rising from the food. That can be breakfast, That can be the first warm thing someone eats before a long day. A meal here is not fancy. There may be no decoration, no quiet table, no beautiful plate, no soft music. But warmth does not always come from beautiful things. Sometimes warmth comes from a bowl of food in a crowded market before the day becomes heavy. When I see someone eating here, I think about how simple comfort can be. A chair, a bowl, a few minutes to sit, food that is hot enough. A place where people are moving all around, but you still have a small moment for yourself. In the city, people may look for a cafe or a clean restaurant. Here, many people just need a seat in the market and something warm to eat. That is enough. Not because life is easy, but because people learn to live with what is available. There is a kind of strength in that. Some of the sellers sit here for hours. They may not sell much in one morning, but they still come. They still open their baskets. They still arrange their vegetables. They still wait for someone to stop, ask a price, and take something home. I think about that often. A person may sit beside a small table all morning, hoping the day will be good enough. Not rich, not special, just good enough. Good enough to sell a little, good enough to bring money home, good enough to try again tomorrow. This is not a rich place, but it is a place where people keep going. That is why I do not want to show this market as something sad. I also do not want to pretend it is more beautiful than it is. It is old. It is crowded. It is simple. Some parts may look hard. Some corners may look poor. But people here are not only struggling, they are living. They are working. They are feeding families. They are choosing vegetables, cooking meals, eating breakfast, meeting neighbors, and doing what needs to be done. There is dignity in that. A poor-looking place does not mean an empty place. A humble place does not mean a meaningless place. Sometimes the places that look the least impressive are the places that hold the most daily life. This market is one of those places. When I was younger, markets like this felt bigger than they really were. Every corner had a different sound. Someone was calling to a customer. Someone was cutting food. Someone was counting change. Someone was carrying a bag. Someone was eating. Someone was just standing there, watching the morning pass. As a child, I did not think deeply about it. It was just the market. It was where adults went. It was where food came from. It was where the smell of cooked food mixed with vegetables, dust, rain, plastic bags, and the sound of people talking. Only when I grew older did I understand that ordinary places can carry a lot of memory. A market like this teaches you what daily life really means. It is not always a big event. It is not always a beautiful moment. Sometimes daily life is a seller waiting, a customer choosing, a bowl being served, a small amount of money changing hands, a bag of vegetables going home, a meal beginning before anyone has cooked it. That is the story of this place. Not a big story, but a real one. If you look carefully, you can see how everything here connects to someone's home. The eggs are not just eggs. They may become breakfast for a child. The vegetables are not just vegetables. They may become soup for dinner. The noodles may become a quick meal before work. The small bowl someone eats at the market may be the only warm meal they have before a long morning. Everything here is connected to someone's day. That is why I say this humble market feeds our village. It does not feed the village in a dramatic way. It feeds the village in small ways, again and again. One bag, one bowl, one bunch of vegetables, one small purchase, one morning at a time. And maybe that is why places like this survive. Not because they are comfortable, not because they are perfect, but because people need them. Some places are important because they are beautiful. Some places are important because they are famous. Some places are important because tourists come to take pictures. This market is different. It is important because people use it. It is remembered because families depend on it. It stays in people's lives because it helps them continue. There is something honest about a place that does not try to look better than it is. This market does not hide its old floor. It does not hide its crowded stalls. It does not hide its small tables. It does not pretend to be clean and perfect for the camera. It simply exists, And every morning, people return. That is why I think this video should not be about whether the market is beautiful or ugly. Those words are too simple. This place is not beautiful in the way a travel video wants a place to be beautiful. But it has another kind of beauty, the beauty of usefulness, the beauty of people showing up, the beauty of food being prepared, the beauty of a village beginning its day. When I walk past the sellers, I think about how many mornings they have spent sitting in the same place, how many times they have arranged the same vegetables, how many people have stopped for a bowl of food, how many small conversations have happened here and disappeared into the noise of the market. Most of those moments will never be recorded. No one will remember every sale. No one will remember every bowl. No one will remember every price asked, every bag carried, every small smile, every tired face. But together, all those small moments become the life of the market, and the market becomes part of the life of the village. In a place like this, the people are not performing for the camera. They are not trying to show a perfect version of life. They are just there, buying, selling, eating, waiting, moving through the morning. That is what makes the footage feel real, and real life is not always clean. Real life is not always beautiful. Real life is sometimes crowded, loud, tired, and small, but it is still life. And sometimes, that is what makes it worth watching. For someone outside Vietnam, this market may look very different from what they know. Maybe they are used to wide supermarket aisles, bright packaging, frozen food, quiet checkout lines, and everything wrapped neatly. Here, things are closer to the hands. Food is touched, chosen, carried, cooked, and eaten with less distance between people and the meal. You can see the hands. Hands choosing vegetables, hands holding bowls, hands arranging food, hands giving money, hands carrying small bags home. That is something I love about rural markets. They remind you that food does not appear by itself. Someone grows it, someone brings it, someone sells it, someone buys it, someone cooks it, someone eats it. The path from the market to the table is short, but it is full of people. Maybe that is why this market feels humble. It does not try to make food look perfect. It only tries to make food available. And for many families, that is enough. When people say a place looks poor, they may only be seeing the surface. They see old tables, small stalls, simple clothes, crowded paths. But beneath that surface, there is a whole system of care. People buying for their children, sellers trying to earn for their families, someone eating before going to work, someone choosing what to cook for dinner, someone carrying home a little bit of the market in a plastic bag. This is not just poverty. This is life continuing. And that difference matters. I do not want to romanticize hardship. Life in a rural village can be difficult. Money can be tight. Work can be tiring. Some mornings may not bring enough customers. Some families may have to choose carefully. Some sellers may sit for hours and still go home with very little. That is real. But I also do not want to look at this place only with pity, because if we only see poverty, we miss the people. We miss the patience. We miss the humor. We miss the small meals. We miss the way people keep going, even when life is not easy. This market is humble, but it is alive. It is alive in the voices calling across the stalls. It is alive in the steam rising from bowls. It is alive in the sound of footsteps, plastic bags, chairs moving, sellers answering, customers asking, and morning slowly becoming afternoon. A place like this does not need to be perfect to matter. It matters because people return. It matters because it feeds them. It matters because, for many people here, the day begins with this path, this bowl, this small purchase, this crowded little market. And maybe that is why I feel something when I walk through it. Not excitement, not sadness. Something quieter than that. A feeling that this is where ordinary life is held together, piece by piece, meal by meal, morning by morning. If I had to explain this market to someone who has never been here, I would not say it is beautiful. I would not say it is clean. I would not say it is easy. I would say it is necessary. And sometimes, necessary places carry more truth than beautiful places, Because beautiful places can be made for visitors. Necessary places are made for the people who live there. This market was made for people who need breakfast before work, for mothers choosing vegetables, for sellers hoping to earn enough, for old people sitting for a while, for families that need something simple to bring home. It was made for the village. That is why the title of this video says, "This humble market feeds our village." Not because it feeds everyone in one moment, but because every day, in small ways, it helps people live. Near the end of the morning, the market may not look very different from when it began. People are still walking, sellers are still sitting, bowls are still being served, bags are still being carried. Some stalls may become quieter, some food may be gone, some sellers may be tired, but the market keeps moving. And tomorrow, it will happen again. The same old floor, the same small tables, the same crowded paths, the same simple food. The same human need to eat, to work, to talk, to buy, to sell, to carry something home. To someone passing by, this may look like a poor market. Old floors, small tables, crowded paths, simple food. But to us, this is where the day begins. This is where people come before the kitchen, before the rice bowl, before the family meal, before another day of work. This market was not built to impress anyone. It was built to feed people. My name is Lai, and this is a small part of life in rural Vietnam.